Hola estudiantes, buenas tardes. Today we're going to talk about direct object pronouns. We abbreviate them DOP, direct object pronouns. Before we jump into the Spanish, let's talk about this in English. Direct objects answer the question who or what. Let's look at an example answering the question who. In the sentence, John sees Mary. We're asking, who does John see? John sees Mary. So in this case, Mary is the object of the sentence. John is the subject. In English, usually the subject begins the sentence and the object is found at the end of the sentence. Here's an example using what. John sees the car. What does John see? John sees the car. So in this case, the car is the object of the sentence. The direct object receives the action of the verb. So when you think of the verb sees, it's the car that receives the action of the seeing. So John sees what? He sees the car. Now let's look at this in Spanish. Who in Spanish is quién. So Juan ve a María. ¿Quién ve a María? So María is the object of this sentence. Que Juan ve el carro. Que ve? Ve el carro. So el carro is the object of the sentence. Direct object pronouns replace nouns. It works the same way in Spanish and in English. But here are the Spanish direct object pronouns. Me, mi, te, you, lo and la for him and her, nos for us, and los and las for them. So let's do a little bit of practice here, look at some examples. So in this sentence, el gorro es barato, the hat is cheap, we could say then lo compro. So we have replaced the direct object noun, el gorro, with a pronoun, lo, and we're using lo because el gorro is masculine and singular, so we use lo to say, I buy it. Notice that the direct object pronoun in Spanish goes in front of the verb, so it's not at the end of the sentence like it most likely would be in English. Here's another example. Los pantalones son feos. Los pantalones could be replaced as a direct object, and we could say no los compro. I'm not going to buy them. No los, no, them I buy. No los compro. La chaqueta es barata. La chaqueta is cheap. La compro. So I'll buy it. So we're going to replace la chaqueta with la and say I buy it. I is the subject in the sentence. Yo compro. Yo la compro means I buy it, and so it is the object. We have to make it feminine and singular because la chaqueta is feminine. Let's look at this example. Las botas son bonitas. Las botas, we want to say that we want to buy them, so we're going to change las botas into an object and say las compro. I'll buy them. So remember that a direct object pronoun answers who or what. It receives the action of the verb, and it goes before the verb. As you get chances during this unit, take time to look at more examples, do some work with this. You could even watch the Senior Woolley video, Lo Tengo, which is a good example of using direct object pronouns in Spanish. Adios.